This is my cat Boo. He just wanted to say hi. Actually, he didn't want to say hi. I wanted to show him off. Am I right? I love you though. Yes. This is my companion. This is the person I work with every day. He's pretty much the greatest thing on the planet. Okay, you want to go now? You like your little perch? He kind of likes it. Oh no, his tail's whipping. He doesn't like it. Okay, let's let him go. Here you go, baby. Yeah, run. All right, today we are going to talk about price ceilings and price floors. If you haven't noticed yet, this is 4.3 learning target where we talk about price controls. I'm not going to lie to you, in class, I usually make a complete fool of myself, and I will continue to make a complete fool of myself teaching you this, only I'm going to do it on video, okay? So here's the deal. Price ceilings, let's start with those, okay? I do realize that my microphone is way up top on my camera, so I can move the chair closer or the sound gets a little bit not the best. So price ceilings. Sorry, also my nose itches now because I was holding my cat. Price ceilings. Price ceilings is the maximum price set on goods and services by the government. So, refresher. Yesterday we talked about quantity supplied, quantity demanded. We talked about how for quantity supplied, when the price goes up, the more businesses want to supply. When the price goes down, the less that businesses want to supply. Okay? When we're talking about the supply side of all of this, we're talking in terms of thinking about it like a business or like a company. So we're putting on our business/company hat, which I really should get hats made. Oh my gosh, I might do that. That's a really good idea. Anyways, sorry, train of thought. But we're going to wear our company business hat, and we're talking about demand. We're going to put on our consumer hat. When we're talking about demand, we're talking solely about consumers. Who's buying the products? And when we're talking about supplying, who is selling them? The people selling are the ones that we're talking about with supply, and the people on the demand side are the ones who are we're talking about buying the actual products. So when we're talking about price ceilings and price floors, this little dot right here, I'm going to give you a minute. Can you tell me what this little dot is right there? If you need to, you can pause it too, so then I don't have to stand here much longer. Okay, I'm done standing here. That's called the equilibrium. There we go. That's called the equilibrium point. That is where supply and demand are happiest together and they make a cute little rainbow with unicorns and butterflies and four-leaf clovers, okay? That's the equilibrium. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, price controls are kind of difficult to understand, so let's talk about this really quick. Let's take some notes. Okay? A price ceiling is the maximum price that the government is allowing people to sell the good or service at. Max price of good slash service. I do G and S, remember? Max price of goods and services set by the government, okay? And I do gov because gov everyone. And my G's are looking funny and I'm sorry about that. They just look like arrows, so cute. So maximum price set by government, goods and services, okay? These are usually adopted when a consumer feels that prices are too high. So remember, people who supply stuff to like Target want to charge as much as people are willing to pay for it. If we, right now, here's a really good example. If we did not have price controls in the United States right now, the price of toilet paper would be ridiculous. Like, the price of toilet paper could quadruple. It would, the price would be ridiculous. You could be paying $50 for a pack of toilet paper. It would be nuts. But luckily, we have government over here who says you cannot price gouge because we have price ceilings and price floors. Okay? Price controls are coming in handy. Businesses are not allowed to raise the prices of necessary goods. So, this is the max price of good or service set by government. They have a price ceiling on toilet paper and on Kleenex So these companies cannot charge us up the, for all of this stuff, okay? So a price ceiling leads to a shortage. So price ceiling leads to a shortage because the quantity demanded exceeds the quantity supplied. So leads to a shortage. Quantity demanded is greater than quantity supplied. We have more people who are demanding it than we can supply. Hello, toilet paper right now, hand sanitizer right now, gloves, like the surgical gloves right now. Quantity demanded is exceeding quantity supplied. There's a shortage of them. Thank you, price ceilings. Here's where this gets a little bit off and where students who I lose. This is where students get lost. It's a price ceiling. But when we put the price ceiling on the graph, it goes where quantity demanded is higher than quantity supplied, which means it has to go on the bottom of the graph because quantity demanded is higher than quantity supplied. Now, this also gets confusing for some people because you screw up the lines. The supply line always goes this way, demand line always goes this way, okay? So, quantity demanded is higher than quantity supplied. I'll show you. Let's say that this is 0, this is a 1, and this is like a 3, okay? So basically the quantity that is being supplied in this graph is 1. There's only 1 being supplied. But the quantity that is being demanded is a 3, which means that one of these 3 people is going to get this supply, but then it's going to go away, and we're going to have 2 people left demanding it with nothing left in the stores. Okay? Okay. So let me show you something. You're probably thinking, Miss Nelson, why are we on a floor somewhere? Well, I wanted to show you this, okay? When we're talking about price ceilings, if I were to sit here, right here, okay? If I were to sit on the floor right here, and I were to be holding a helium balloon, and I let it go, what would stop it? What would stop the helium balloon? I'll give you a minute. Minute over. The ceiling would stop the balloon. A price ceiling stops the prices and quantity from going, stops the prices from going up. It stops it. Price ceiling, let a balloon go, stops it. Can't go past the ceiling, okay? Why is the price ceiling below the equilibrium, okay? Here's the next thing. So why is the price ceiling below the equilibrium? Well, because naturally, if the price ceiling was above the equilibrium, where would the market automatically stop, according to economists? The market would automatically stop at equilibrium. If the price ceiling were above the equilibrium, the price ceiling would be inefficient and ineffective because the market would automatically stop itself at the equilibrium. Remember, the equilibrium is a happy place. If we put the price ceiling under the equilibrium and we can't get to the happy place, that's a price ceiling. That's a successful price ceiling. Okay, again, I'm going to go over this one more time with the graph so I can show you, okay? Equilibrium. The price ceiling is below equilibrium because if the price ceiling were put above the, let's say, okay, this is the price ceiling, right? Let's say instead of putting the price ceiling right here, we're going to put the price ceiling here, okay? We're going to pretend like this doesn't exist right now. So if that were the price ceiling, what would automatically happen to the price? Where would it stop? The price would automatically stop at equilibrium. It wouldn't even reach the price ceiling because this is where everyone's happiest. All the demands are being met, all the supplies are being used. We're happy here. There's no need to go above it. So a price ceiling above equilibrium does absolutely nothing. It is inefficient, ineffective. Okay? Okay. I'll be back for price floors. Okay. Price floors. So if we have a price floor, if you have not looked at the PowerPoint on our econ website, I highly suggest going to look at it because there's an adorable puppy pushing a cart GIF on there, so definitely look that out. But price floor, if price ceiling is the maximum price, price floor is the minimum price set for goods and services. That might be confusing, but give me a minute. Minimum price of goods and services set by the gov. Yeah. Minimum price set by the government. An just great example of this is minimum wage. The government has a set minimum wage. I mean, there are stipulations, don't get me wrong. I hope you're not sitting there going, but Miss Nelson, blah, 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 pays me this much if it's not minimum wage. That does not take up with me. Go take it up with your employer. That's not my problem. But government has a set minimum wage for a reason, because that is how much people should be making in order to have any kind of a living, even though minimum wage is still too low and you can't live off of minimum wage. Anyways, beside the point. This in turn leads to a surplus. Okay? Price floors lead to surpluses because quantity supplied is going to be greater than quantity demanded. There's always going to be a job available. There's always a job available. Always. It might not be one you want, but if you need one, there is always a job available. And there is a minimum price they have to pay you for most businesses. Again, do not fight me on this, okay? Quantity supplied greater than quantity demanded. So looking at the graph, where is the quantity supplied greater than quantity demanded? Again, pause if you must to look for your answer, because I'm going to explain it now. Okay. It's got to go above equilibrium. So it's going to go right about here. Woohoo! That, my friends, is a successful price floor. Okay? Right here, supply. Again, let's say that's at 3, and this is a 1. Okay? Now, all of a sudden, your roles are switched. Remember, don't screw up these lines. This is always demand, this is always supply. Quantity demanded at this point is only 1, but the quantity that's being supplied is at 3. So only one person is requesting a job, 3 places are offering, the dude takes a job somewhere, or gal, whatever, or they then take the job here. Whatever you go by, you do you. not binary. You do whatever you want, okay? And two jobs are still available, okay? Again, we're traveling. I'll be right back. Again, welcome to my floor in my basement. I hope you are enjoying this angle. I'm not. The lighting is awful. Anyways, so last time I sat and I said to pretend like I was holding a helium balloon. I could be it if you wanted me to, if that makes it better. If you really enjoy it, you go for it. I absolutely hate clowns, so I'm gonna neglect from referring to that again. But I'm laying on the floor now, and this is usually where kids go, Miss Nelson, are you losing your marbles? And I say, yes, I am. Because what I'm going to do to show you what a price floor is essentially this. If I lay on this floor like this, I cannot go down any farther. The floor literally stops me from being able to go any farther. I cannot go below this. I cannot go below the floor. I'm laying on the floor, cannot go below the floor. So it stops everything from going under, okay? Okay. Back to our graph, and yes, I'm out of breath because I was pounding the floor. But, okay, this is a successful price floor above the equilibrium. Okay. If I were to put a price floor right here, price floor, right here, okay? Where would the price automatically stop? Remember, price floor, we're coming from the top down, okay? Where would my price automatically stop? Where would the price stop? Equilibrium. The price would stop at equilibrium. If we're going down in price, it is going to stop at equilibrium right here because nothing goes below equilibrium. Equilibrium is the what? It's the happy spot with rainbows and unicorns and butterflies and four-leaf clovers, okay? That's what equilibrium is, okay? All right. So price floor under the equilibrium, inefficient and ineffective. Okay. Again, I'll be back. Okay, let's review. Gosh, this makes me tired. Anyways, to review. Remember, when you draw your graphs like this, supply always goes this way, demand always goes this way, price is always on this side, demand quantity is always this line, okay? And this is always equilibrium. This is your general supply and demand graph. Okay, price controls. Let's start with price ceiling. Okay, it's the what price? Is it the minimum price or the maximum price? Price ceiling is the maximum price. So it's a ceiling. It's the max it can go to is the ceiling, okay? Okay, the maximum price. Where does the price ceiling go on the price controls graph? Where does it go? Above or below equilibrium? Price ceiling always goes below equilibrium. Because remember, the ceiling stops any kind of anything. I'm going to draw a cute little balloon right here because I'm using a red marker and it just fits with my it. I don't, never read it. I've never seen it, but guess what? Here I am drawing a balloon. So there's your balloon, by the way. It stops when it hits the ceiling. You can't go any higher. Can't. So price ceiling, can't go above it. This is as high as you can go. The other thing about a price ceiling, below the equilibrium. What is always greater than the other? Which one during price controls, price ceilings, which one is greater than the other? Remember to look at the lines. Quantity demanded is always greater than quantity supplied when we are talking about a price ceiling. If you ever see a price ceiling and it is not quantity demanded greater than quantity supplied, it is not an effective price control. It's not effective. It should not even be there in the first place. Okay? So price ceiling, maximum that prices can go quantity demanded over quantity supplied. It results in a what? Surplus or a shortage. It results in a shortage. It results in a shortage. Okay. So here is the other thing that I wanted to talk to you about. Let me go back here. It's on my slideshow so I can, yeah, okay. So a price ceiling, a good example of that is rent control in New York City. If New York City did not have rent control, the rent for apartments would be astronomical and nearly nobody would be able to afford to live in New York City because there's such a demand to live in New York City. The government has to set a price ceiling, the highest price that landlords can rent out their places for in order to keep the demand greater than supply. Okay? All right. Moving on. Price floors. Price floor. Maximum or minimum price? The minimum. This is the minimum price. The minimum is on the floor. The maximum is on the ceiling, okay? All right. What is greater than the other? What is always greater than the other? Let's draw the line up here, okay? This might be helpful. The price floor line always goes where? Above the equilibrium. Okay? Price floor always goes above the equilibrium. Looking at these two dots, looking at which lines they are. Don't forget what lines they are. Okay? What is greater than the other? Quantity supplied is always going to be greater than quantity demanded. Because a good example of this are jobs, minimum wage. There is a set price for minimum wage. The lowest you can pay somebody to work for you. There is a set price you have to be able to pay somebody or higher. That is the minimum price. So this results in a what? Having the quantity supplied greater than quantity demanded result in a surplus. Okay. So prices cannot go below this. Okay. Essentially, with price controls where they are, this space right here is a no-go. There should never be anything in that space if we are using price controls effectively, because price controls are there to stop something from getting to equilibrium. Now, here's the deal. A lot of economists argue that price controls are not necessary because the market will equal itself out, but the government still instills price controls because they want to make it fair for the consumers. Price controls are really there to help consumers rather than the suppliers. So I'm going to step back and give it a minute so you can pause it at this if you would really like to write this down in your notebook. But I really hope this helped. I'm sorry this is like 25 minutes, but this takes some time to learn. I love you guys. Let me know if you need anything. Send me a quick email and I can help any other way. Keep staying strong and healthy and happy, and I will see you guys later.